This allows Pakistanis to buy cheap and affordable flutes. This family has a history of nearly 100 years of musical instrument processing methods using unique hand craftsmanship, making affordable and exquisite traditional flutes. In everyone's mind, flutes are generally made of bamboo as the raw material. For example, this long strip of wood does not need to be cut separately. Go to the local furniture factory to buy and cut the free wood squares and bring them back to start making them. First, you need to cut the wood strips into a certain length. In order to ensure that the length of the cut can be standardized, you only need to push one end of the wood square to the line on the stage as the gear. After cutting off the excess part of the other end of the wood strip, you need to put the wood square into the round bar machine. The blade inside the machine will quickly cut the wood square into round bars of uniform diameter. But this old-fashioned machine is really difficult to operate by one person alone because the movement of the wood depends entirely on the force of the manual feeding. Then the round bar needs to be drilled. The worker will put the round bar into a round tube and then put an iron frame in front of it. Then the motor will start to drive the round bar to rotate at high speed. At this time, the worker will use a long cutter to push into the round bar along the notch on the iron frame and drill the round hole little by little. This process is very tiring for the worker. The technology and experience required are extremely high. Not only must the wall and back of the round bar be uniform, but also the hole position must be in the center. Next, the round bar needs to be divided again to make its length meet the manufacturing requirements. At this time, the workers on the other side are processing the appearance of the bottom tube that has been made. Some directly retain the color of the wood, and some need to be painted with some patterns. Many things in Pakistan are colorful. Next, you need to drill holes on the bottom pipe. The worker will put the bottom pipe on a wooden board and push the bottom pipe towards the drill bit so that a vertical hole can be drilled on the bottom pipe. The worker did not use any scale marks here. He drilled 6 holes and 1 auxiliary hole on the bottom pipe based on his experience. Then he needed to scald the holes. This step mainly used a red-hot iron rod to further correct the edge of the hole so that its edge could form a smooth surface. The arc transition improves the sound of the flute. Then the bottom pipe needs to be further adjusted. First, the auxiliary hole at the bottom needs to be processed. The worker needs to open a slope on the auxiliary hole so that it can adjust the airflow distribution when playing. Next, the mouthpiece of the bottom pipe needs to be processed. In order to better control the airflow when playing the flute, the worker will process the wood strips of appropriate size and grind them to the right shape allows it to be inserted smoothly into the mouthpiece of the bottom pipe, and the inserted wood strip will flow out a certain amount of airflow at the bottom. In this way, the player can more accurately control the airflow of the playing. Then the flute sound needs to be adjusted. And this adjustment technique is an ancestral technique. Workers play the flute in person and adjust the depth of the wood plug into the mouthpiece to ensure that the sound of the bottom pipe meets the production requirements. Use glue to fix the cork at the adjusted depth. Each bottom pipe needs to be adjusted in this way. Next, you need to cut off the excess part of the cork along the bevel of the mouthpiece to ensure that the mouthpiece can be smoother. At this point, this exquisite and affordable traditional flute is completed. Finally, let us feel this beautiful and unique flute sound together.